Kia ora, Scorpio. This is a reading for you for this new moon in your sign. I actually uploaded a reading yesterday, and it was only until later I was sort of informed that it cuts out at the end. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that happened. So I'm giving you another reading today with the other two water signs, actually. So all in one group, all you waters. So let's see what's on the storyboard. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for your likes and comments, subscribes. It really, really helps me to keep this channel going and to get the videos seen by more people. What else? Take what resonates, as always, leave what doesn't, Scorpios. And yeah, let's see what's on the cards today. And we have got, again, a rock mineral crystal card that's face down, and I'll pull that out at the end of the reading. I don't know what it is either. So let's get into it. Look at any other titles that stand out, Scorpio. And of course, these readings are for sun, moon, and your rising sign also. Let's see. Couple more cards for Scorpio, please. Yeah, sometimes these little technical glitches, it's like there's a naughty little bug in the machine. Okay. Let's see, Scorpio. We always clarify on this channel as well, if you haven't joined me before. Okay, so we're bookended with this selection of cards by 2 sevens. We're looking at an assessment here, weighing things up. I kind of see a Scorpio reviewing, but also viewing themselves in some ways from a distance or from quite an objective point of view, whether that's you finding that, experiencing that in your life at the moment. There's a choice point in the central point of these cards, and I'll start to pull them up now, Scorpio. So we have the card of the Seven of Swords coming out first. This is a difficult challenging card. It can be, as is the Five. It really is talking about, behaviours, self-sabotorial behaviours that can sometimes let us down when we play those behaviours out. But it also is a, it can be happening around us and the people around us that they're not really asking for what they want up front. They're kind of going around in a more manipulative way to get it. So we'll leave it at that at this point. We then have the Four of Cups. This is a choice point in the central position here. Four of Cups, beautiful. Fours are all quite stable. Water isn't. The emotions aren't, really, generally speaking. But when we see it in other decks, in the Thoth deck it's called Luxury. We can really enjoy that for a while. There's a point, though, where the water does need to flow, Scorpio. Fluidity. That was the emphasis on fluidity in the reading yesterday. Anywho, so the Four of Cups also is about offerings, noticing something that may not appear to be an opportunity or an offering, but in fact it is. We need to keep the energy up. And the Four of Cups, there can be a complacency to not be able to bother. Well, why should I bother accepting this cup? In the past it's never worked out. Well, this time there's a bit more gazoom, vavoom within the Scorpio character. Not that there's not generally. We have the Death card coming up. we're being very discerning here, Scorpio. So we've got the Death card. We're talking about transformation, letting a few things go, maybe letting a few habits go by the wayside, just release them. You know, I often visualize that kind of release, like having one of those helium balloons, and you just get a really sharp knife or some scissors and chop that string and let that thing go. If it weren't so bad for the environment, it would be great to have a selection of balloons and write on them what it is that you're releasing, and actually do that in a kind of, wouldn't it be fun? Anyway, but it ends up sort of out there in the atmosphere, damaging the wildlife, so we can't do that. But we can do it in other ways, Scorpio. So there's a nice transition here. There's a shifting of your focus, your choices. Possibly you are finding yourself being more discerning. And then we've got the Seven of Wands standing up for what we really believe in, what is our integrity. A turning of the tide, Scorpio. So let's go through a turning of the tide. Let's go through and clarify. Looking at the Seven of Swords, could possibly be an environment that you found yourself in for a period of time and you are leaving that. Seven of Swords for Scorpio, please. Just one card would be fine. I do like them to jump sometimes. And we do, yep. So we're okay, yep. I do think it is an environment that you, for some of you, check out the other reading as well if you haven't already. I do think it's an environment that you, are you going to stand your ground? You want to move away from that particular environment. I'll tell you why. It's a heavy emphasis on a particular, being surrounded by certain people, particular environment that you are making a choice to remove yourself from because of a new level of discernment, Scorpio. We get the Seven of Wands again. We've got it twice. Front and end of reading, clarifying that Seven of Swords. You know what is true, what is right for you. With that Seven of Wands, we also had the other tricky dicky card of the Five of Swords. Taking what doesn't belong to you, or I'm not suggesting this is you, I'm just saying this is an energy, and this is an energy of letting oneself down, not being able to kind of front up. The figure taking the swords off the battlefield after it's completed. Self-sabotorial, as I said, letting oneself down. We all have these archetypes within us. The saboteur is a universal archetype. But I do see you making a choice here. It's actually making a really damn good choice. In whatever way this is potentially playing out for you, Scorpio. Four of Cups. Can we get one card? Got two. Four of Cups. Generosity of spirit. No matter what is going on for you, generosity of spirit, sometimes we feel that has been completely depleted, Scorpio, and that we don't have anything left in our tank of generosity, right? Other times, we summons that, because in some ways, whatever's gone on, or whatever's happened to us, the greatest ability to heal from something is to express generosity to others. Four of Cups. We get the Six of Discs, which is about that. It's about having a free flow of generosity, walking a fine line. We encourage balance, that balance in our life. We know that is like a wave that sort of comes back to us because we are generous without agenda here. It is just an act of generosity. With that, also messages coming through. You may be getting some information coming back to you and a lot of movement. I do feel that today. Suddenly there is movement speeding up. Eights are all about the mind, Scorpio. Eight of Wands, all about messages coming through. Very expansive, very fibre optic, very immediate. It's nice. We had a third card, Nine of Swords. Catastrophic thinking. To no end. For no point. Just leave it. We cut these ropes. Get rid of that Nine of Swords. It could be quite a good thing to release that anxiety and stress. Death, please. The beautiful Death card. Transformation. It's a Scorpio transforming yet again. Growing yet again. Moving away from a particular, I do see it, moving away from a particular environment that hasn't been necessarily that good for you. And you're having a clean. We've got the Knight of Wands. The cards are quite keeping themselves to themselves today. We've got, a transformation. This could be actually in a relationship for some Scorpios, in a particular relationship. This shift, change, transformation, a new discernment, knowing what you need as an individual. Clarifying death, we've got the Knight of Wands. This is fire of fire. There's a fluidity in this card, a shape-shifting energy in this card. And it's a dramatic card. It's a reactive card. It is very impulsive and compulsive. With that Knight, we have the Queen. Now, the Knight really does the Queen's bidding. Queen of Pentacles. Highest polarity, benevolent. Make sure everyone else is okay. This is a generous Queen. The key to queendom is through that generosity of spirit. Beyond all obstacles, beyond all difficulty. Looking at the Seven of Wands for Scorpio. It's quite serious reading, Scorpio. Seven of Wands. It may well be in a relationship. Whether you're leaving it, whether you found it, whether you're deciding to stay in it. There's a external environment here, get quite strongly that you want to move away from. Social set, whatever it is, Scorpio, moving away from that. Standing up, for your principles. Seven of Wands. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, now we've got the King of Pentacles. As sort of a power couple, a very supportive couple potentially here. Just get one more card for that Seven of Wands, standing up. So we're standing up against something, some level of injustice, Scorpio. We're protecting our internal home. 11, homecoming, maybe moving from somewhere to, overseas, back to a safe place, to your place. It's pretty interesting. Now, let's get a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy. card just as an overview for you. So this is your bonus reading. You might just want to check out the other one. It does stop at a certain point. Look, this is a process, as I said, the scorpionic transformation happens many times. And this has started quite a long time ago. We've got Nellis the alchemist. So we're talking timing and we're talking alchemy here. Cheeky bottoms, a lovely wand. It's in motion. It's happening, Scorpio. And we get the beautiful, beautiful stone of amber. It's really a resin, isn't it? Harmony, home protection, calm, and attracts love. This is in the next phase. This is the next stage for you, and you've made a conscious choice. So feel confident in that, Scorpio. On that note, thank you for your patience, ka kite, and thank you for joining me. Take good care over the next week.